And I know we're already done, but I want to talk about this too. Did you see that Guardian report about the former Mossad chief threatening the last ICC prosecutor, the ICJ prosecutor?
No, but that seems so out of character for him.
Well, I read the summary. I mean, it does seem, because like the whole presentation of the Mossad, really the most exposure we've had to the Mossad really is like Munich, the movie Munich, you know?
Right, it's supposed to, they shouldn't be threatening verbally.
You don't hear how they operate. Like
That's the whole
That's the
point.
reputation of the Mossad is stuff
that
like
they're
this helicopter
in
crash
Iran.
where it's like
Yeah.
nobody's even gonna know.
No one knows.
It's gonna happen and you're not even gonna know, and you're gonna say that's their reputation. But then you read this thing and this guy's like coming out from behind like a broom closet. He's like, you know, like being like, I guess you don't want to make that report, do you? You know, to the fucking to the ICC prosecutor, and it's like he's just being like an annoying, you know, he's like Sideshow Bob.
Well, that's
basically
the future of all intelligence agencies will be just people who annoy.
But that's the history of intelligence. You forget about that like during World War II, it's just like. World War II seems like this big dramatic thing. Really, it's kind of science's fault.
Yeah.
Because it seems very complicated, the idea of making an atomic bomb.
Yes.
But they managed that, and the seriousness and the intellect required to make the atomic bomb makes the rest of the war, the whole other thing, seem like this very like serious adult thing that happened.
Right.
But really, it was just the science thing that advanced humanity, and the rest of it is just a bunch of like.
And now we have the paraglider.
Yes.
If you think about how far we've come, we've come from the atomic bomb to something that guys in Malibu do every Sunday.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I guess the only point is that like all of the what do they call it, tradecraft or spying, all this OSS stuff.
Right.
It was just It was just like dorks, guys that weren't good at shooting guns.
Yeah.
And they had gone to Yale. So they're like, we're going to invent spying. And then what the spying amounted to is like, we're just going to help the Nazis get jobs after the war ends in its natural conclusion.
They're just a headhunter for just to put Nazi scientists in good jobs.
Right. Yeah. And then the CIA spent like fucking another 30 years eating itself alive.
The CIA is like for guys who are in the military but are also closeted gay. Mm-hmm. So they're like, I will suck off people all over the world.
It used to be. That's what's crazy is like that's like a argument against homophobia is like, think about all the bad shit that happened just because you weren't allowed to be gay.
Right.
And that's what fucking Roy Cohn's job was to just be like, oh, you're gay? Well, you better fucking sign off on, you know, all of this evil shit. And now they do the same thing with pedophiles, which I think we should keep that.
We should keep that in the box.
Right, yeah.
If we had just let John Kirby be gay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for having me.
If John Kirby could be gay with a clone of himself, which I think is what he wants.
I would love that.
Is a guy named
Skinless man.
A guy named Kirby John. And he's like the Luigi version of him. And then they share a bed. They have a sexless relationship.
And they still have to deal with the Haitian press secretary.
Yeah, right.
Somehow. They still have... Gerard Depardieu still plays a role in their life.
She's sort of like the landlord.
Because like the resentment he has towards her, the racial...
The two of them are like bananas.
Class.
They're bananas in pajamas.
They're fun.
And she's the landlord that
There's
comes
something
in,
good about it.
and she's fucking throwing their utensils and banana stuff all over the place. And they're like, get out of here.
Go.
Something like that, I guess.
Hopefully.
Well, I feel like I have brain damage. It's too late in the day to think.
Yes.
But thank you for joining.
Thank you.